Whoa, yo, fuck, sorry. Um, all right. So at the time of me recording this, I think I have one subscriber. So shout out you. You know who you are. But the point, I guess, of me saying that is no one knows who I am. So my name's Callum, and I've been a no lifer for the majority, a large part of my life, my adult life, and no one is more qualified to speak on what it is to be in a slump and then what it means to break out of a slump. So, what I'm going to give you today, the point of this video is you're in a slump and you need support in breaking out of it. So, today I'm going to give you three methods or strategies to break out of the slump that you're in. The first one is effectively a story time because it's about my personal life, my experiences of what I've been through, and the slump that I've been in, and then how I've broken out of that. And then the other two are alternate strategies if you're not willing to give that a try. So the first one is basically, context is I was a fuel station worker for 7 years of my life. So from 18, 7 years onwards, so was that 25? Such a long, I'm only 28 now. So like, to give you context, it's again, the majority of my adult life, I've been a fuel station worker. And to give you an idea of how I felt while I was doing that, I was depressed. I hated my life. I had really no social network. I didn't really have any hobbies. I would wake up depressed most mornings, wanted to kill myself, to be honest with you. And yeah, like it was a miserable existence. And at the time I was studying an engineering degree so I thought, oh, that's my future, right? And the context for me studying engineering was I was good at physics in high school. So I was like, okay, I'm good at it, so I'm going to study it and I'm going to get a job out of it. The natural succession that a person might think of, or a natural progression of like the career, right? I'm good at it, I'll go work in that field. But I was horribly bored doing it. And I'm sure lots of people out there feel similarly with, things that they were doing in life when they were like, oh, I'm good at this, I'm going to go and do this. And then they get bored of it because it doesn't feel like you're challenging yourself and you're not growing, right? So I dropped out of that and I didn't know where to go. I was like, okay, I still work at a fuel station and I've got nothing to show for it. I've got nothing. And so I had to do a lot of self-reflection, a lot of really looking within myself to see what I wanted from my life, because I was stuck. I was in a slump, and the answer was, to me, I learned over a lot of reflecting was, why am I trying to do something that I'm good at because I'll get bored of it and it won't eventuate into anything meaningful for me? Why not try to do something that I'm terrible at or a skill that I'm bad at, and I will at least find enjoyment out of the challenge of completing that, right? So for me, I immediately went home and I was like, I gotta write this down before I forget it. And I was like, okay, what am I bad at? What's something that I'm really, really poor at? And hilariously, the answer was right in front of me because I almost forgot what that was even meant to be in the first place, that I was meant to be reflecting on. And so was my memory. I'm really bad at remembering things. So for me, it was a matter of, okay, I need to work on my memory. How am I going to work on my memory? To try and keep this a long story short, I went to RMIT on the Melbourne campus, like in the city, and I studied Chinese Mandarin, and I learned how to speak Chinese Mandarin in 1 year. And what does that mean for me in the short term? Not a lot. I haven't really got many, I haven't really got any Chinese friends, so it didn't really mean a lot for me in the moment. But what it meant for me was it opened doors. So not only, well, actually did two things. So one, it proved to me that I can work on myself and I can develop skills that I never thought I'd be able to work on. That's one. So empowerment, right? And the other most important thing that came from this, okay, was the fact that I then got an automatic offer into international studies at RMIT, which is a bachelor's degree, because I got a high distinction average from my Chinese Mandarin course. And so I went on to study policy, global economics, national security, so on and so forth. And I made lots of great connections, business connections, friendships from studying this. And I went and worked a corporate job. And that wasn't my end goal, really, but The point is, from that corporate job, I met someone who motivated me to go and study further. And so I went and back to uni and studied youth work. And I'm now currently, I just knocked off a shift. It's like midnight. I became a youth worker. And let me tell you, I love this job. I went from hating my job and my existence to now, as I'm right now, I love my job. I wake up excited, not depressed, every day. Every single day I wake up excited. I have a great group of friends around me now. I'm motivated. I have hobbies. I go to the gym, I go to the football with my friends. I play the guitar. Like, all of this happiness and this success, happy, great career, good social network, hobbies that I love, it all stemmed from working on myself. So I've got notes here. It all stemmed from working on myself. So the first point that I want to address here is pick a weakness and work on it. Okay? So for me, it was my memory. I'm really bad with my memory. I went to study Chinese Mandarin, which led to career opportunities, which then stemmed into the happiness and success that I feel now in my current life, and fulfillment. It drove me out of my slump. So what that is to say is, and the way I like to phrase this, ride the butterfly effect. So you don't know what working on this, whatever you're bad at. So let's say you're bad with your memory like me, or let's say you are socially anxious, like you want to work on that and develop on that ability. You don't know what that's going to lead to. But what you know at a baseline is that you're going to see personal growth. You will grow from it. I promise you, you will grow from this. And the most important thing is, you'll be so busy working on yourself and working on whatever this trait or skill of yours, whatever you're lacking in, you'll be so busy working on this that you won't be in a slump. You'll be too busy working on yourself. It's infectious. The drive to fix or work on whatever you are lacking in, whatever skill that is, will drive you out of the slump. And again, like I said, at worst, you will have improved on yourself and you'll have showed yourself you can move and you can act. Because I know what it's like to feel like you're trapped in a slump. But once you pick this thing, again, pick a weakness and work on it. That is number 1 out of 3. Okay? Pick a weakness and work on it. It's changed my life. And did I ever think that this working on my memory was going to result in me working in youth work and being fulfilled in this career? Absolutely not. But it did. So pick something that you're bad at, a skill, a characteristic or a trait, and push yourself to work on it, no matter in what aspect, whether that's educationally, whether you study like I did, or whether you join a club or a group or sport, whatever it is, you will grow from it and it will drive you out of the slump. So that is number 1. Okay. And if you don't want to do that, number 2, and I implore you to try it before you knock it, because it worked for me. Number 2, tear up tradition. Okay. Whatever you're doing, let me adjust myself here. That's better. Whatever you're doing, okay, drop it. It's clearly not working for you. If you're coming to this video to look for advice on how to grow and get out of this slump, whatever you're doing is not working. So if you are just trying to write up a long list day after day of I have to complete all this list, I have to complete all this, stop it. It's not fucking working. It's not working. Be honest with yourself. It's not working for you. Try this instead, right? Build a table, okay? And from the most important task to the least important task, right? In order. Take the top task or top 2, right? Pick one or the other. Pick 1 or 2 from the top. Do them on the day that you wrote the list, okay? Don't make fucking excuses. Do the 2 that you wrote on the list, no matter what, okay? Then the next day, 1 or 2, do the next 2 that are down and work your way down, okay? I promise you, if you do this for a week, you will have worked through 60% of this list, and it will have changed the landscape of your mental health. It will have changed the landscape of your perception of your ability to act, okay? You need conviction, okay? If you keep doing the same thing that's not working, you're setting yourself up to fail. Full stop. You need to tear up tradition. Okay? Change. You need to enact change. And if you're not willing to change your plan, then you are not going to succeed. Okay? So try that. Just one or two things. You don't need to do everything in one day. Okay? That is number 2. Okay? So I'll run over them again. So number 1 is ride the butterfly effect. Pick something you're bad at and work on it. You will see growth. And the fact that you are acting and you are so preoccupied with working on that trait or characteristic that you feel you are lacking in, you will not be in a slump because you'll be too busy working on yourself. Okay? It worked for me. It seriously changed my life. I've never been happier. Okay. Number 2, as I said, you need to, what was the name of that one? Sorry. Number 2 in my notes, tear up tradition. Tear up tradition. You need to stop doing the same shit over and over again. It is ludicrous. You're not growing. Change the fucking landscape of your efforts to get out of the slump. Stop doing the same shit. And then the last piece of advice, diagnose the disconnect. If you are not willing or the last 2 haven't worked for you, diagnose the disconnect. Okay? Because clearly nobody knows you better than yourself. If you found your way to this video, bottom line, I doubt you are unmotivated to find solutions to break out of your slump. You are clearly motivated enough because you found your way to this video, okay? So then what could possibly be the alternative is the follow-up question, right? Are you burnt out? Are you bored? Are you feeling like uninspired with your like professional landscape? Like, are you feeling like unmotivated, right? You need to diagnose the source of wherever this slump is coming from. So hone in on it. There's a reason for it. If you think it's just this slump is a broad stroke of the brush, so to speak. Like there's nothing specific. Take a moment to think about it. What part of your life do you feel most bogged down by, right? Find the source, and through the diagnoses, right? Through the diagnosis, you can enact countermeasures that suit the root problem, which you can then address. Okay? Like I said, are you bored? Do you find that your career is not fulfilling your deeper desires? Once you diagnose it, you can then hone in on a specific plan to counter the slump or counter the lack of fulfillment in your life based on the boredom, rather than looking at it as I'm in a slump. Great. I've been there. Everyone watching this has been in a slump at some point. But to diagnose it as something more specific than a slump, you're halfway there. Once you figure it out, make a plan around that. Stop just, oh man, I'm in a slump. I can't act. You're bored. You're not in a slump, you're bored. Or you're not in a slump, you're burnt out. Are you a people pleaser? That could be one. If you're burnt out, you're a people pleaser. You care too much about what people think about you, and therefore you do things to support them rather than looking to support yourself first. That's so easy to plan around. Once you figure out what the actual root cause of this issue is, you can hone in more specifically. My advice is broad, but you can apply it to yourself, okay? Because nobody knows you better than you, okay? And I promise you that if you hone in on it, you'll be able to find the answers that I could never find for you. Okay, you need to sit down and do some deeper reflection to figure that out. Okay, so all of that is to say that these are the 3 things that you can do. Three actionable strategies to tackle your slump that you're currently in. Again, the first one being the fact that you need to hone in on a skill or a trait that you're bad at. Stop trying to do things you're good at. Look at what you're bad at. Really take stock on what you're poor at and work on it. At the very least, you will grow. And I promise you, you'll be so focused on the growing, there will be no time to feel sorry for yourself in a slump. It works wonders. And what that can lead to, planting this little seed now, planting that, oh yeah, I'm going to work on for me, I'm going to work on my memory. Did I ever think that working on my memory was going to lead to me being in my dream career. Fuck no. Absolutely not. But it happens. It works, okay? Start small. It will snowball for you if you commit to it. You have to commit to it. If you can commit and you are true to yourself and true to your word about, I'm bad at this, I'm going to work on this, and take actionable plan. Oh my God, you got what I'm trying to say. Take actionable planning to address that issue. You will see results. Otherwise, as I said just before, there we go. And then, diagnose the disconnect is another one there that we just spoke about. Diagnose the disconnect. And I'm trying to deal with my notes on my phone. It's so difficult at the same time. Sorry. Tear up tradition is number 2. Okay, we just spoke about number 1. Tear up tradition. Whatever you're doing is not working. Change the landscape of your problem solving. That might be the fresh break that you need to resolve this slump, because maybe you've been tackling it the same way for so long, so repetitively, that you're in a cycle of non-committal behaviors. Okay, break the cycle. It may work wonders for you. And then again, the last one is diagnose the disconnect. Something's not working for you. You know yourself. Be true to yourself. What is specifically, it's not a slump. There's something more specific. What's holding you down? Burnout, bored, something along those lines. I hope this has helped. This is my first time doing a video like this. It's like midnight. I just knocked off a shift, and I just thought to myself that no one can address being in a slump better than me. I know what it's like. I've been a dead ender for years, and I'm so happy now. And I hope that my advice has helped someone here. So if you feel like I haven't addressed your specific needs and your specific circumstance, please leave a comment. I'd love to support you through it. I'd love to talk to you about it. But yeah, as I said, you're in a slump, and I've given you 3 strategies to break out of it. So yeah, my name's Callum. Thanks for watching. And if you have any opinions on that, if you want to open dialogue about it, please talk to me. I'd love to talk about this more. So yeah, thanks for watching.